Hello?
Hey Magnetrex, it's the writer.
Oh, the writer, otherwise known as the writer who sits in the back. Anime reviewer extraordinaire.
Yes, thanks for that extremely forced intro. Anyways, where have you been all these weeks?
Yeah, sorry about that. I was caught up in something, some stuff I had to think about and whatnot.
Yeah, I know how those things go.
Anyways, what's going on, man?
I thought I could help you review the new Power Rangers trailer.
Wait, really?
Well, truth be told, I'm not a huge Power Rangers fan. I did catch some reruns here and there, and it overall seemed like harmless entertainment to me. It was around middle school where I sort of rediscovered some of the series and appreciated the overall cheesiness of the franchise. Since the new 2017 reboot is coming out, with the hype for it from a few months back, it's obvious we should review it, because if you want YouTube views, you're going to need to cover something popular or recent. And not only that, but they say this Power Rangers reboot will be the darkest in the series.
Oh, please.
What?
I'm sorry, but calling a PG-13 movie dark isn't exactly, dark. And besides, if there's one thing that I've learned after watching so many YouTube videos over the years is that there's always going to be somebody out there who will turn a franchise into a parody and their own little spin-off, while making it even more fucked up.
Wait a minute. You don't mean...
Oh, I do. I am talking about the short film of Power Rangers from 2015. The science fiction action fan film directed by Joseph Kahn and produced by Andy Shankar, the guy who also made this, is a debut of the franchise of the same name, which was released on YouTube and Vimeo on February 2015. Since its release, it has been flagged and removed due to a copyright claim from Saban, the original copyright holders of the Power Rangers franchise, but was later restored due to how transformative it is, thus making it fair use, which is exactly what this entire review video is in case any of you Saban representatives get any funny ideas out there.
Ah, damn it.
Anywho, let's get into it. This is the Power Rangers short fan film. So our story begins with some impressive first-person shooter-looking camera work and special effects to go with it. You would think that this would come from something like a brand new Halo video game, just to make up their shitty one, but no, it's straight from the Power Rangers, and I have to say, it looks pretty awesome. That is until you see the Power Rangers using automated weapons and the Megazord getting cut down in its prime. Showing that clip, a small piece of your childhood just died right now.
We then have a narration from Rocky, the second Red Ranger, who defected to the Machine Empire when Earth negotiated a truce after realizing that the Power Rangers were defeated and integrated their technology with Earth's.
Ah yes, the Machine Empire. I remember them being the happy-go-lucky, plucky would-be conquerors.
We gotta fight the fears, huh, Dad?
Precisely! And now, they're pretty much dark as fuck in here.
Anyways, it appears that Rocky managed to capture Kimberly and interrogates her as to the whereabouts of Tommy Oliver.
I don't even know where he is.
Bullshit is an ugly color on you.
I prefer pink.
Rocky recaps all of her teammates as we see flashbacks of Kimberly and Jason being gunned down and betrayed by Bulk and Skull, which results in the two of them overdosing on meth after being discovered by Tommy, and Zack working for the Machine Empire and making hip-hop Aikido videos on the side.
Hip-hop keto, that's keto, and abs, knock him out, knee him up, work it, counter and punch, hip-hop keto,
that's a martial art.
Nice to see where Darkhawk gets his training from.
Who?
Darkhawk, man, from Super Academy.
I've got no idea what you're talking about.
Don't any of you critics watch any of my previous reviews?
Hey look, more action-y shit!
It's more time.
So Zack's involvement with the Machine Empire is mainly fueled by his overwhelming rush of adrenaline. Until he meets his demise with a bullet to the back of his head.
Guess he got ahead of himself on that one.
Rocky goes on to rant about Billy Cranston killing himself in his own office and opening Kimberly's mind about how she shouldn't be so naive as to why Zordon gave these powers to teenagers in the first place.
The last time Kimberly saw Tommy was at Trini's funeral, where he looks like a disheveled nomad just wandering the futuristic streets while picking up the pieces of what others left behind. It is now revealed that Rocky only captured Kimberly to lure Tommy out of the shadows.
Which works quite well as Tommy makes his presence known by picking apart the goons one by one. He engages in some really great swordplay with Rocky. Rocky gets the upper hand though until Kimberly breaks loose and ends him off, saving Tommy in the process and finally reuniting with him.
Or so that's what they want you to think.
Wait, what do you mean?
Roll it!
I held Kimberly in my arms when she died. So I'm gonna ask you one more time. Who are you?
Swear to me!
Nah, I could do way better.
So I'm gonna ask you one more time. Who are you?
John C!
I've killed them all. Another world is ours.
Rita.
That is right. Rita Repulsa, otherwise known as the biggest bitch in the franchise, was the one who single-handedly took out the Power Rangers one by one and finally makes her presence known.
Okay, I'm sorry, but that costume is too ridiculous, even for a villain.
She's like a cross between Ursula from Little Mermaid and Maleficent. I know the Rita Repulsa in the original looked equally cheesy, but even in a dark reboot, she's so funny to look at. And considering the fact that the 2017 reboot has her looking like Poison Ivy from Batman and Robin, I have very low expectations in taking Rita seriously as a villain.
She reminds me of that unmarried, overbearing aunt that's always dressing herself up in makeup.
Tommy takes a swing at her and... So what do you think about all of this, the writer?
What do I think of it? Well...
I have to hand it to Adi Shankar. This guy has probably shown more balls in his Power Rangers treatment than Hollywood ever could. While I do think the 27 reboot will be dark in its own right, I highly doubt they could capture Shankar's level of sheer violence. The fights were all well choreographed and engaging throughout, especially Zack's beatdown and Tommy and Rocky's final duel. Story-wise, it's actually pretty well paced and doesn't reveal too much too early in order to make you believe this was a more grown-up Power Rangers episode. The shocking twist is revealed just at the perfect time and doesn't feel too cheap or forced in, unlike another certain director guilty of doing that. Considering the fact that the whole franchise is targeted towards kids, I kinda expected the over-the-topness to be rooted in somewhere. Believe me, when over-the-top is done right, it's done right, and the result is often hilarious.
Very insightful. Now, while it is very interesting to see what these characters would be like when they're all grown up, at the same time, it is pretty disturbing as well. Watching these people kill, maim, and even go so far as to having some of them commit suicide can be quite fucked up. The special effects are outstanding at times, the action scenes in here are pretty decent, and the actors that they use are pretty well done. Although, at times I do feel like they go a little too over the top with their roles, and that sort of thing brings it down just a bit. As for the overall critical reception on the viral realm, it has been critically acclaimed by both viewers and critics alike. Even OG members of the original Power Rangers praised it as well, from Austin St. John to Amy Jo Johnson and Steve Cardenas. However, Jason David Frank did not like the short film so much, thinking it was too violent and the fact that the Power Rangers franchise is still being produced for children. Oh, too violent, you say, Mr. JDF? Oh, which reminds me, when you worked for the Bat in the Sun channel, didn't your Power Ranger character happen to stab a couple of characters to death while you gained the victory?
Hey man, get back on track.
Sorry about that, my bad. Anywho, this short film is without a doubt a solid 4 out of 5 in my book. And if you guys want to watch this film in its entirety, feel free to click the screen right here, and it'll click us straight to your channel, or the link that is right down below in the description box.
Man, it feels great to be back and reviewing again.
Well, that is really good to hear, man. So what are you gonna do now?
I don't know, maybe go outside for a bit, head to the South Bay area.
Really? Why is that?
Let's just say I've got some business to take care of.
William, I thought I told you to stop watching Keijo.
So many bots. Anyways, good luck fighting those enemies of yours.
I wonder what he meant by that. Well, anywho, I just wanted to let you all know that 2016 has been a great pleasure reviewing a whole bunch of stuff for you guys out there. And we still have one more review to go. And it is quite the surprise. I will not disappoint you there. Trust me, it will be out before the month is over. Or the year is over. And of course, there is this thing with the YouTube algorithm where they kind of change their settings a bit, so I just want to let you all know if you guys want to continue to watch these videos, make sure you hit the like button and turn on the notifications bar on my channel. Anywho, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time on the BoobTube.